what would your advice be regarding this attachment theory with our children?
Oh yeah, well it's perfect, right? Like here, this is a great point, I think, to kind of go over some key elements that the research has shown that what comprises the essentials of attachment, of secure attachment, and these are the things you really need to foster with your children. And sometimes it's helpful to have these practical points.
Yes.
The first one is safety. I mean, there has to be safety, whether it's physical safety or emotional safety. So if there isn't that, if you're threatening physically your child, or you're emotionally threatening, there isn't safety. All right. The next one is to really be seen and known. So if you think about it, this comes into the listening we were talking about much earlier. But when a child is seen, like children come up to you, Daddy, look at this picture. Look at this that I made. Yeah, look at this. Look at me in the tree, right? This morning, and they're seen, and they're saying, "Yeah, you're awesome. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah, I love this." And they look at it, so they're known. They're known. They feel known. All right, so being seen and known.
So let's just pause there. When a child comes up and says, "Hey, Dad, watch me do this. Hey, look at this." Yeah. What are they actually saying?
See me.
See me.
Know me. They they're looking for affirmation.
My goodness,
Yeah. I am important. I'm important enough to be looked at. I'm important enough to be cared for, and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
The next one is the ability to be comforted, or soothed. So when that's present, a child knows that if they hurt themselves, they can go to their parent, and the parent's going to take care of them. And they're going to do it in a comforting, safe way, right? And it's amazing that sometimes doesn't happen, right? If we don't go up to somebody.
I mean, I screwed this up the other day. My son was on a longboard coming down the road, and he fell off and he hit his head. Right. And I have told him about the importance of wearing a helmet, right? So when I'm driving, I see him on the side of the road crying, I got angry with him. I didn't stop. I didn't soothe him. I didn't even... I just was like, "Liam, I've told you to wear..." And meanwhile, this poor kid's crying. I take him home, I drop him off.
Right.
And that's how the story ended. We were driving out, and my daughter, Kiara, said, and she's so sweet, she's like, "Dad, I just think it would have been better if you had have first said, 'I'm so sorry,' and then told him about the helmet." I'm like, "You are 100%...
She's going to become a counselor someday."
She's brilliant. I mean, and then I felt shame.
Right.
And so I went and I bought him something. I came home. I apologized. I said, "Listen, I shouldn't have done that. I am concerned for you, and I'm sorry that happened."
Right.
And I didn't take that as another point to jump on the "but you should wear your helmet" thing. I felt that point had already been made.
But see, in that example, right, we can always retroactively fit things, and it's beautiful that you did go back and recognize it. That's just important. You're human. We're all human, and we know we have to know how to recover and repair, which is what you were doing. But yeah, in that moment, if the first reaction was, "Hey, buddy, are you all right? Are you safe? Let me see what's going on with your head," whatever it is, soothing, caring, then he would have felt that soothing and comfort. And then, right, just like your daughter said, you could be able to say, I am it, and actually go more to your feelings, not so much, "I told you not to do that. I told you to wear your helmet." It would be more powerful and effective, and to stay in that secure attachment place to say, when I see you on the road without your helmet on, or when I see you making a left turn across the road where a car might be coming.
How do you know about this?
I don't know.
Did you see him do that?
Yes.
We'd be telling him not to do that as well.
Right.
I'll get angry about him at it later.
I am fearful.
Yeah.
I care about you. Your life is important to me.
And so not only is that more helpful in the sense that it's received better, but you'll actually probably get the outcome.
Well, yeah. When you're just mad emotionally, then what is it teaching him? It's teaching him that he's powerful. His behaviors have the power to make you be completely emotionally dysregulated and off the wire, right?
Yeah.
But when you say, "I am fearful, I love you, you are precious to me. If you are hurt, and God forbid killed, I will be crushed. And I need you to wear your helmet."
Yeah.
That sends a completely different message. Mm-hmm. And it's not always that he's going to obey just because you say it that perfectly, but I think it has a better chance of success. Plus, it teaches him a healthy way of recognizing other people's feelings and emotions.
Yeah. Okay, so we've had soothing. That was the third one. Being seen, I believe, was the second. What was the first?
Safety, being seen,
Safety,
and known,
seen,
and
known,
then being
soothed or comforted.
Yeah. Another one is that I think is just amazing is to be delighted in or to be valued, right? And so when you just look at your child and you say, I just think you are the bomb. And it doesn't matter what they have done. So it's not tied to
it's
behavior.
not a reward.
It's not accomplishment based. It's just you as a person are delightful to me. And when I see you doing things, I'm going to recognize the doing that's there. But it's more about I recognize your being. And that is something you sometimes is absent even in families that provide everything else. Right? And so you can be a good provider.
Safe.
Yeah,
it's a safe
you can be
place.
generally comforting, like they're not going to kick you to the curb if you crack your head, right? You can generally, and all those things, but they don't feel that level of connection. You know, it's funny because when I work with clients and I tie this to God, because this is where we end up
my son in whom I'm well pleased is what immediately came to mind.
Exactly. Jesus needed it. Jesus, and guess what? The two times that God says to Jesus, you are my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased, was his baptism before he starts his public ministry, and the transfiguration before he does his passion. So he hadn't earned it yet.
Wow.
He was just simply delighted in. Yeah. And so the accomplishment comes from the affirmation.
Oh, that's powerful.
The actions are not what the person's trying to earn love and delight, right? It's the other way around. Mm-hmm. And so many people get this wrong in the relationship with God. But I do believe God just simply delights in who we are.
Yeah, I think I've shared this with you. You know, my son Peter will be like, "Come and jump on the trampoline with me."
Right.
And I might, if I'm in the middle of 100 things, think of that as to be like a nuisance. You know, like I'm busy. You know, like I'm busy cleaning up your stuff. You know that you've done here or something.
Right.
But if I can hear him, I think to myself, what does he mean by that when he says like, "Daddy, come"? What he's saying is, it would be better if you were with me.
Yeah.
And when you hear it that way, you're like, "Oh my gosh, of course I'll come."
Right.
Because he could go and jump down there. Yeah. But it would be better. And what a beautiful thing it is to have a son who thinks it would be better to have you with him than not.
It's fantastic.
Because there might be a point where that's not the case.
Well, if they're constantly told, get out, I'm busy, then they're going to, at some point, they'll stop asking. Mm-hmm. Right? And then they're now just withdrawing. So it creates that insecure attachment that we're talking about.
So, anything after delight, or was that?
Yeah. The other one is that you cultivate where you an experience where you care about what happens to that person. You want their best interest. So I want to encourage you to be the best you can be. Mm-hmm. So the parent in this case is always wanting their child to be their total best, right? I mean, I can say my mom did that really well. Whenever I was interested in something, she went miles to cultivate that. Right? She would buy the magazines or books to support it or encourage me to do this and that. It's because she saw something in me. She was delighted in me, but then she wants me to be my best. And think about couples, right? If all these things are true for couples, they need to be seen and known. They need to have safety. They need to be encouraged. They need to be encouraged. If you want the best for your spouse, right? It doesn't mean you're always going to have it right, but they know that's what your motivation is. It's powerful.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Hey, if you enjoyed that clip, you will absolutely love the full interview, so click right there to enjoy the whole thing. Also, a big thanks to these groups who made that interview possible. Learn more in the show notes below about these guys. They're absolutely incredible and honored to have them as sponsors. Oh, and also, if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe and then that bell button. That way YouTube will be forced to let you know when we put out more content.